You must be aware that Prabhu Shri Ram was exiled for 14 years. King Dashrath's second wife Kaikeyi wanted the throne for her son Bharat, and so she demanded exile for Ram and the throne for Bharat in a boon from King Dashrath. King Dashrath was committed, so he was forced to accept both the demands with a heavy heart. In fact, Kaikeyi did this under the influence of her maid Manthara. It was Manthara who had told her that King Dashrath was about to anoint his eldest and beloved son Ram as per tradition, and in such a situation her son Bharat would have to be a slave to his elder brother. Under this delusion, Kaikeyi asked Dashrath for her two boons. There is a story behind these two boons as well. Once during the war, the life of King Dashrath was in trouble. Then Kaikeyi helped him. She also accompanied King Dashrath in that war. When Kaikeyi had saved the life of King Dashrath, the king was pleased and asked her to ask for two boons. Kaikeyi then said that when the time comes, she will ask for it. Years later, when the preparations for the coronation of Ram were going on in Ayodhya, Kaikeyi, under the guise of Manthara, asked for the throne for her son Bharat and 14 years of exile for Ram. But the question also arises that why only for 14 years? Why did Kaikeyi not seek exile for Ram for 10, 12, 15 or less years? We will know the answer to this question in this video. But before moving ahead, do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Okay, we know how Kaikeyi under the influence of Manthara sent Ram to the forest for 14 years. But why did she ask for exactly 14 years? Why not more or less? According to various religious texts, we can draw conclusions from three reasons. Reason 1. Politics. We all know Ramayana is the story of Treta Yuga. During that time, there was a rule that if a king would abandon his kingdom for 14 years, then he would lose all his hereditary rights on that empire. Though he can regain the kingdom by winning it back in a war or by any other means, but he cannot claim his right based on his royal blood anymore. This rule is mentioned by sage Valmiki in Ayodhya Kand of Valmiki Ramayana. Kaikeyi, being the witty person she was, she knew about this law. Hence, she asked for exactly 14 years for Ram's exile. So even if Ram would come back, he wouldn't be able to claim any right over the empire. Though it is altogether a different story that Bharat, being a devoted brother, and ruled as the representative of Lord Ram for next 14 years. Similarly, there was a rule in Dwapar Yuga as well, where a king would lose his empire after 13 years. This was the reason why Duryodhan asked for 12 years of forest exile and 1 year of Agyatwas for Pandavas. And you must think these kind of laws only existed in ancient India. Well, you are wrong here, as such laws still exist. You must be aware of the fact that if you do not put an explicit claim on your property for 12 consecutive years, you would lose any right you had on that property. This is mentioned in the Limitation Act 1963 Constitution Amendment. As per this act, one needs to put his or her claim within 12 years on a private property and within 30 years on a government property. And failing to do so would result in loss of all the rights he or she had on the said property. Reason 2. Lifestyle change. There was a belief prevailing back then in Treta Yuga that after living a certain type of lifestyle for 14 years, it would change all characteristics and behavior of an individual. In other words, if you change your lifestyle for 14 years, you wouldn't be the same person anymore. So Shri Ram would never even think of coming back, as after these many years, he would be a totally different person. In Valmiki Ramayana, there is a shloka which confirms this fact. दंडक वन में 14 वर्ष तक पेड़ की छाल, जानवरों की खाल पहनने और बालों को जटा जूट बनाकर जीवन जीते हुए राम अपना पूरा जीवन तपस्वियों जैसा ही जीने लगेगा. In English, it translates to Rama has to take refuge in the forest of Dandaka for 14 years and let him become an ascetic wearing rags, deerskin and matted hair. Reason 3. Dashrath's blind love only for Ram. Lord Ram was the favorite son of King Dashrath. Dashrath always dreamt of his coronation and was eager to see him as the king of Ayodhya. Because of this, he took the decision of Ram's coronation in consultation with sage Vasishtha only. He did not take anyone else's opinion. Moreover, before taking this decision, no queens of his were consulted or even informed. On this side, even after being the wife of Dashrath, Kaikeyi came to know about this news from Manthara after 14 days from the day when the decision was taken. Promoted by this exclusion, she started feeling unimportant and insignificant, for which she wanted to take a revenge. Besides, Manthara fueled her insecurities by pointing out that this is just the beginning, and in longer run her son Bharat would become a mere servant to Ram. Infuriated by all this, Kaikeyi retaliated by sending Ram to forest for 14 years. So these were the 3 reasons as to why Shri Ram was exiled for 14 years. But they say you can do politics, you can do whatever you want, but the right years will eventually prevail. Lord Shri Ram also loved Kaikeyi very much, in spite of everything. So he fulfilled the wish of his mother with a smile. His wife Sita and younger brother Lakshman also went to exile with him. However, Bharat placed Ram's crown on the throne and himself never sat on the throne. After killing Ravan, Shri Ram was coronated when he came back to Ayodhya. Shri Ram's whole life is an epitome of prevailing. It is proof of how good will always prevail over bad, no matter the circumstances. So that's all for today. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed the video and make sure to press the bell icon. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.